Peace, love, and light, family. This is Essie the Gardener coming to you today. Um, Today is a beautiful day. It's still hot out here, and I decided to come out onto the deck before I get out there and start getting rid of some of these cucumber plants, these vines. You know, some of the spring and summer vegetables that are just dying down right now. So I decided to get out here and enjoy some of my watermelon harvest and yeah, just have something cool before I get out here in the heat. Um, I will be emptying out my grow pots of watermelon, the watermelon plants, and also the cucumbers. It doesn't make any sense. They're still trying to grow, but you know those plants are pretty more worn out. The vines are pretty worn out, and I think I may have two more watermelons to harvest, and I will amend those buckets. Grow pots. I think I have four out there. I think I had two cucumbers and two watermelon plants. So I'm gonna strip those dying vines off the trellis, and then I'm gonna amend those grow pots. And I'm not sure what I'm gonna put in there. I'm thinking about actually planting some beets today. I was hoping today would have been a cooler day, but we still hot. And the other day I was out, I got overheated and I had to just stop because it was just really too hot. So I'm looking forward to you know, the autumn and the fall that's coming in. There is a breeze coming through, but again, it's still hot. So yeah, you guys, I just wanted to enjoy some of my harvest today, and I look forward to planting these next year, and actually even more in a different variety. These did really well for it. It had been my first time, and I did enjoy some of it, but I think my sons enjoyed more than I did because as soon as I harvested them, they got rid of them. So yeah, I just wanted to. It's really sweet too. Enjoy some of my harvest. Um, what I did as far as feeding these, uh, the sweet fruits like the watermelon and the strawberry, I actually was giving them some molasses. I don't know if you gardeners is familiar with molasses, and molasses helps with all the scientific microbes and all that kind of stuff, but it's also a sweetener, and it helps get rid of bacteria in the soil as well, and it does uh, feed the plants with great nutrients. But yeah, I would feed these the sweet ones, the sweet fruits, once a week with molasses. I will give them the watermelon molasses and also my strawberries. Now you can buy regular molasses and use regular molasses. A lot of gardeners do that as well, but I came across this fertilizer over here, and I'm not endorsing them. It's Earth Juice by Hybrix, and it's called Molasses by Plants. And actually, I did this once a week, maybe sometimes every 2 weeks when I remember. But this stuff is really, really good, and I do believe it works very, very well. So if you're growing your sweet fruits like watermelon and strawberries and possibly berries, it's really good in all plants. I wouldn't just say fruit because it's good in all plants, and you can do your research on it and learn more about it. But I know this is my first year using it, being that I started gardening in uh, late March, and I will definitely continue to do so. And again, I also seen gardeners literally just use they store-bought molasses and water their gardens and give them a boost and stuff with just regular molasses that they have in their cabinets. And this is regular molasses, but it's at its like strongest form, and it smells good. It looks just like our regular molasses, which it is. It's just a stronger form, and it's plant-based. But yeah, so this stuff was really good, you guys. You try this next year with your gardening. But yeah, so again, I'm gonna get out there and attempt to get some work done. I'm gonna definitely clear out those grow pots, and I might even try to plant some more lettuce. I think I'm gonna throw some beets down, and I might even plant some more spinach or some more collards. So yeah, you guys, you stay tuned, and I'll bring you a update on my progress in the yard today. And yeah, you guys, get out there and start growing something. And I thank you for watching my channel, and subscribe, like, and share. And I'll see you guys in a little bit. And I'm out. Okay, you guys, I have to say bye-bye to these dead vines now. So you guys stay tuned in, and I'll show you how I remove the vines off the trellis and how I amend the soil to get it ready to plant other vegetables. Got one little one.
Purchase your tracks today. Rock Legion. Purchase your tracks today. Purchase your tracks today.
So we have another one, you guys.
Purchase your tracks today.
So this one cracked. Excuse me, it cracked. So what I'm going to do with this one is just throw it in the compost bin and let it decompose. It still go to good use.
Purchase your tracks today.
So you guys can see what I'm working with. So what you want to do when you empty out your summer spring crops and your buckets, your grow pots, or whatever you're using to grow in, you really want to focus on getting your roots out, all the roots. You can use the little claw material, not material, the little rake thing, the cultivator, and you could just move it around and pick out all the roots that are still in there. So you want to make sure your roots is out before you even think about amending the soil and growing anything. Make sure all your roots is out. So let me focus on that for a few minutes. Okay, you guys, I'm back. Let me show you guys what I'm working with here. So as you can see, the grow pots are cleaned out, and what I forgot is that I had mulched some of these on the top. So if you mulch your plants after you plant them, make sure you remove your mulch, because you can always save your mulch and put it back on top after you finish planting to help retain that moisture. So again, amend your soil, put the nutrients back in, and actually my soil is still has some life in there. So your soil is still good. You just have to put more life in there. So add those nutrients, the fertilizer, your blood meal, your bone meal, your cow manure, whatever you like to add in your soil before you plant. And throw some more seeds back in there on what you want to plant for the fall. So that's what I'll be doing. And as you can see, I had to remove the mulch on the top and put it in a separate bucket. I used the cultivator to get all the way down in there, but now I'm going to use my hands so that I can actually get to the bottom of these grow pots. And yeah, you guys, so this is the process. It wasn't too bad getting the stuff off the vines. Most of the vines was kind of strawy like, so they were pretty much dead. So they were not hard to remove at all. And again, I just collected all the dying vines and put them in my compost so they can decompose and go back to their natural form, which is dirt or soil. And yeah, so make use of everything. Don't think everything is garbage when you finish with it, because it's not. So yeah, I'm going to continue to weed out these raised, not raised beds, but these growing pots. And yeah, get to the bottom of them so I can get all these weeds out of there. And yeah, and plant some seeds. Still undecided on what I'm going to plant in them, but I'll be planting something, and I'll amend the soil. So you guys stay tuned in. I just amended soil like I showed you before on these two. And I'm going to continue to finish my other two, and then I'll ponder what I want to plant in them. But let me show you how I just amend the soil. Stay tuned. Okay, family, I'm back. So I'm gonna amend the soil, and I'm gonna add my my cow manure. I'm gonna put a bucket in each grow pot. There you have it. And then I have my fertilizer bucket where I keep everything. And I'm gonna add my eco scraps for my slow release fertilizer. And then I'm gonna add my bone meal. Again, I'm out of blood meal, but you can actually substitute that. Well, you can always add it in at the last. You can always add it in. Don't worry about it. And gotta have worm castings. You gotta have worm castings. And you just want to work it in. Work it in real good. And if you want to add your vermiculite or perlite in there, that's good as well. I have not tapped into the perlite or the vermiculite. Most of the soil that I buy has it in there. But there's nothing wrong with using a little extra for the drainage. And I will be actually adding that into my gardening as well. Just having that on, on the side. So yeah, you guys, so just want to amend those pots, bring those nutrients back in there, and plant some more seeds. I think I'm definitely probably going to put some more collards in here, and maybe some more spinach, and some beets. I think that's what I'm going to plant today. And sometimes if you want, you can actually use a sifter to sift your soil to make sure you get all the lumps out of them, clumps, or even some wood chips that might be too big. I noticed that in one of my grow pots. It probably was a not too good soil that I used, and I want to correct myself from one of my other videos. I said that you can buy cheap soil, so I'm going to correct myself before these professional gardeners come at me. Do not buy cheap soil. You don't want to get robbed buying soil neither. So I would say if you want to buy an organic soil, stick between the price of maybe $6 and maybe $8. Make sure that soil has everything that you need: the vermiculite, the perlite, the worm castings, and the peat moss. So again, I want to definitely check myself on that. Do not buy cheap soil. I said that in one of my videos when I first got started. But what I did was I bought some topsoil, thinking that I was getting a good deal from one of my hardware stores, which had them for like 99 cents. So I thought I was really doing something. But I have learned over the last few months since I started gardening about cheap soil. So you don't want to buy cheap soil because you're going to wind up with a bunch of big wood pieces, and yeah, so just don't do it. Make sure you get a good quality soil. Make sure that it is definitely black gold. Do not buy cheap soil. So I apologize for that one. So yeah, So I learned that. No cheap soil, family. Some people say you could buy cheap soil and then amend the soil and put the nutrients in. Yeah, you may be able to do that, but you want a top quality soil. You definitely do, because you want to produce the best fruits and vegetables that you possibly can. So no cheap soil, family. All right, you guys. So those are actually ready for seeds. They have, the soil has been revitalized. So it has a lot of organic matter in it now. It's alive. It's ready to feed and give your vegetables all the nutrients it needs. I'm out here sweating bricks. It's hecka hot again, you guys. So yeah, you guys, I'll come back in a few minutes to let you know what I'll be planting in these grow pots. Stay tuned. Okay, you guys, I'm back. I decided to put some more winter squash in these growing pots here. So I'm just going to put a few seeds around, cover them up, and then water them probably with some fish emulsion. And hopefully they get off to a good start. So I'm just going to plant about 6 in each pot. And you guys, yeah, just stay with me. So yeah, I got some of these other squash seeds from one of my fellow gardeners. And I have no idea what kind of squash these are, but as you can see, they're blue. So if anybody know what kind of squash seeds these are, please drop me a line comment below. Not sure what they are, but I'm gonna get them planted and we're gonna see what they do. I'm just spacing them probably about 4 or 5 inches away from each other. And you want to lightly cover them up. And then if you like, I like to top dress. I call it top dressing. Just sprinkle a little bit fertilizer on top of them, so once they begin to germinate and start growing, they have food on top as well as at the bottom. Simple, just a handful. And then if you like, you can actually top it off with some mulch, especially once they start to grow. So yeah, so we got those 2 done. And I got one more to do over there. And then I'm going to come over here to my small raised bed, and I think I'm going to plant some, either some more pak choy or some beets. It's my little seed box. Let me find my beets. So you guys stay with me. Let me move this out of the way, and I'll show you guys how I plant my beets in my small raised bed. Okay, you guys, I'm back. So yeah, you guys, I decided to put beets in my small little raised bed over here. It's already been, I already put my cow manure in here. It's just been sitting ready to be planted. And yeah, I'm gonna put beets in here. I'm gonna add my my worm castings, probably about 2 hands full. And my fertilizer, slow release fertilizer, my eco scraps, and my blood meal. Okay, so let me just work that in. Again, my cow manure was already in here, so I mixed that up the other day. I just didn't get to planting anything. Was undecided on what I wanted to put in here, actually. So, yeah, I'm going to put some beets in here. I don't personally like to eat beets, but I do like the juice from. I buy them to juice them. They make a wonderful juice. Yeah, no, I love my little spoon here. So yeah, you could actually use a spoon if you like, or you could use your fingers. Sometimes I use my fingers as well. These some funny looking beet seeds, I'll tell you that. So yeah, you wanna just space them out. You don't want to put them too deep, because I was doing that. Planting your seeds is so easy, family. The hardest part is just getting started. Once you get started, everything becomes a breeze. Once you get your garden established, it's pretty much a breeze. And again, it is so much fun. I love getting out here doing this. So yeah, you want to space them maybe about 2 or maybe 3 to 4 inches apart, so that they have space to grow. I wouldn't add more than 1 seed with these, because they definitely need that space. So I wouldn't add 2 and 3 seeds to this when you're planting. Sometimes the seeds are so small, it's actually hard to not plant more than 1 seed. But these are pretty big seeds, so you don't want to put 2 and 3 in one spot. So I'm gonna top this off some eco scraps, and then I'm gonna water it in really well. And that's ready, you guys. Okay, you guys, so that one is planted with beets. So we have everything on this side planted. And again, I still need to get to my last raised bed that was made. I have to fill that bad boy up with soil and still not sure what I should plant in there. I think I'm gonna put my pak choy, the big pak choy that I have. So yeah, so those two are planted, and we still have the other two right over there that need to get planted. So I think what I'm gonna put over there is probably maybe some pak choy or maybe some collard greens. So let me ponder that. You guys stay tuned so I can finish these last two. Okay, you guys, I'm back over here on the other side of my garden, and what I did do over here was I added some more organic potting soil to my not the bucket, but my grow pot, the one over on the other end, because it seemed like it needed some more organic matter. So I added some more soil to that one, and every now and then you do need to add some more soil, and that's what I did with that one. Let me show you guys the bag. Okay, this is just natural, and it's actually feeds your plants up until 3 months. And this soil is really good. This soil has it has the peat moss, it has the worm castings, which I really love. It has the pH adjuster. It has the nitrogen and the phosphorus in it. And this is the first time I'm using it. It's a container potting mix, and again, it is just natural premium organic potting mix, and it seems like it's a good black gold. So again, I got these on clearance, and it has great nutrients. And one of the things that I do look for is any soil that has worm castings, because worm castings does miracles on your plants. I know some people have their what they call them red wiggler worm casting bins. I have not tapped into creating a worm casting bin because I don't like worms, but I know worms is a sign of good soil, and we do need the worm castings to provide the nutrients that your plants need. And worm castings ain't nothing but worm poop. That's what it is, worm poop. So they just gave it this fancy name, but that's what worm castings are. But again, this is a pretty good soil, so I just added a little bit more into this growing pot, and into my bucket over here. I'm going to add some more, and then I'll add my amendments. And I think what I'm going to plant in here, I'm just going to plant my big pak choy in these and see how they grow inside here, because the pak choy that I have is actually the big pak choy seeds. And yeah, just see what it does in here. So let me continue to add some more of this black gold in here. And put my eco scraps. And I'm gonna add some more worm castings. That's the end of that bag. And my blood meal. And then I'm gonna mix that in real good. Feel like I'm cooking out here. But the sun went down, so it feels a little bit better. That's a good thing. So I'm about to wrap it up for the day, you guys. Again, your plants love worm castings. They do very well. It's like a miracle worker, another miracle worker when it comes to plants. And also, you guys, I learned this a few days ago when I was doing some more research on gardening. When I do my raised beds, I always put, most of the time, okay, these seeds, let me back up. Let me get these seeds in first. And with the raised beds, I usually line mine with cardboard, and I'm glad I learned. I forgot what gardener I had learned that from, and I'm glad I did see that information. so I can bring you guys some of the best information, because I don't want to tell you guys anything wrong. But what I learned is when you line the raised bed with the cardboard and it decomposes, it also allows for the worms to come through, which is wonderful because you need the natural worm castings. So I think from now on, I'm going to use definitely the cardboard, because I think the last two that I did over there, I used the liner, the weed barrier liner, to keep the weeds from coming through like a net. And that is good. That is really good to use. But one thing I learned, you want those worms to come through because they enrich your soil. So whenever you get to making your raised bed, think about that. Think about just lining them with the cardboard so the cardboard can decompose and your worms could come through and nurture your plants. Yep. So again, I forgot which gardener I learned that from, and I'm glad I did, because you definitely want them worm castings. So these are actually some small seeds as well. Trying my best not to go all the way down in there, because I want them to germinate. Definitely want those to germinate. So these are my pak choys again, and these are actually the big pak choy. So I can't wait to see how well these do. And I definitely will be planting more of these over there in my other raised bed. So yeah, you guys, so that's my gardening work for today. And I'm just gonna smooth this over, cover up those seeds, and I probably will add some mulch after the seeds germinate and pop through. But for right now, I'm just gonna water them in really good, and I'm gonna top them off with some more fertilizer so they have some food when they start to come up. So there you have it, you guys. So today I planted pak choy, some beets, and some squash. And I'm going to clean up and I'm going to come back to you guys and talk to you. Okay, you guys, I'm back. I got everything watered in real nicely. And as you can see, I added some of my eggshells for calcium. And did the same over here. Can't see them, but you can see them back there in the other raised bed. Yeah, so that was my last amendment that I added, was my eggshell calcium, my powder form, which I grind up in my processor. Yeah, so you guys, here's a look. You guys, I finished these two growing pots and bucket over here. I topped it off with my eggshell powder, which I process in my processor to create a powder form so that it can actually break down and give the plants that calcium that it needs. So I actually got 4 grow pots planted today with zucchini and large pak choy, and over here on my other little small raised bed, I planted some beets. Yeah, and that's my other small one, which I planted some green onions. Those haven't started sprouting through as of yet, but hopefully they will. Yeah, you guys, so okay, you guys, this is Essie the gardener again. I'm back, you guys. So today I planted actually 4 pots in one little raised bed. So I got a lot accomplished today. I emptied out got rid of all the dead vines on my cattle trellis from the cucumbers and the watermelon. I was able to harvest one more watermelon. And so I got planted today some more zucchini, some more pak choy, which is the actual big pak choy. and I put those in my grow pots and also my buckets that's outside. I mean out there in the yard. And in my small raised bed, I planted some beets. Don't really like beets, but I do like beet juice. So I'll probably be combining the beets with some other type of vegetable and juicing it. So yeah, today was a productive day. Again, it's very hot out here, and I hate to see empty pots, so I do try to plant something every day or empty out one of the pots or something like that. I have so many pots, but I still have to get to my last raised bed that I made. It's still empty, and I still need to fill it up with soil and some nutrients, and also I have to get to the other side as well and put up that protective fence from the deers and the rabbits. And I haven't got to that yet. It's still hot. So I'm hoping for some more cool weather come through. Maybe drop down to like maybe 75 to give us a little breeze. And I'll get out there and tackle that. The last time I came out, I got so much work done in the yard because we ran into a cooler day where we didn't have no sun and it wasn't humid, and I was able to get a lot done that day. But as you can see me perspiring, yeah, it's hot out here. So I'm just gonna drink me some cold punch, and then I'll probably run some errands today, take care of some other things, and I will definitely bring you guys another video on how I fill up my other raised bed that's empty. And I just want to say thank you for watching my channel. I ask that you guys thumbs up this video, like and share, and yeah, you guys stay tuned for the next video. So this is Essie the Gardener, and I'll see you guys on the next video, and I'm out.